Have you ever wondered how Amazon gets a package to your door in like a day? Or how an airline figures out the exact price for a ticket to make the most money? Well, believe it or not, it's not magic. It's actually a hidden science, a whole field dedicated to making the best possible decisions. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on it. It kind of sounds like the beginning of a bad joke, right? But what they all share is this fundamental puzzle. How do you get the absolute best outcome when you've got limited resources? And the science dedicated to solving that exact puzzle is what we're diving into today. So, to see how modern problem solvers even begin to tackle these questions, we've got to look at their number one tool. And it's probably not what you think. It's not some crazy spreadsheet. It's an interactive coding environment called a Jupyter Notebook, which, believe it or not, lets you mix code with storytelling. At its heart, a notebook is just a place where you can write and run code. You type in a command, you hit run, and boom, you see the output right away. Simple enough. But it's this interactive style that's the secret sauce. Okay, here's the notebook's real superpower. It combines two different kinds of cells. On one side, you've got your code cells, which the computer understands and runs. But on the other side, you have these things called markdown cells, which are for us humans. You can write text, you can drop in images, you can explain your whole thought process. It's one single document where the story and the math live together, side by side. All right, so now that we have our tool, let's see how it's used to build a bridge from, a messy real-world story into a clean, structured problem that a computer can actually solve. So let's meet our carpenter. He runs a company, The Fog Ltd., and his goal is simple: make as much money as possible selling tables and chairs. But of course, there are rules. He only has so many hours in a week, his storage space is limited, and his customers have specific demands. This is a classic real-world business problem. And this is how we turn that story into a language a computer can understand. Every one of his limits becomes a mathematical rule, a constraint. His 40-hour work week, his small storage space, even what his customers want. It all gets translated into numbers. And just like that, the story becomes a structured model, all ready to be solved. Now, this whole process of taking messy, real-world puzzles and turning them into these clean, solvable models, that's not just some clever trick. It's an entire scientific field, one that's dedicated to the art of making better decisions. It's called operations research, or just OR for short. At its core, OR is the science of using math to find the absolute best way to do something. It doesn't matter if you're trying to maximize profit, minimize waste, or figure out a global supply chain. Operations research gives you the toolkit to do it. And this isn't just for huge one-off problems. Operations research gets used at every single level of a company. From the really big picture, strategic level, like planning a company's 5-year goals, all the way down to the operational level, like figuring out the fastest delivery route for a package today. It's all about optimization. So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty neat, but our carpenter's problem, it doesn't seem that hard. And you know what? You'd be right. But what happens when the problems get just a little bit bigger? And that really is the key question. I mean, why do we need a whole field of science for this? We have supercomputers. Why can't we just tell a computer to try every single possible combination of tables and chairs and just pick the best one? It seems like the most obvious way to do it, right? Well, the answer lies in this graph, and it's kind of mind-blowing. See, some problems scale nicely, like those green lines. But other problems, the red ones, they scale exponentially. That means if you add just a few more products to our carpenter's workshop, the number of combinations to check could explode to be larger than the number of microseconds since the Big Bang. Trying every option isn't just slow, it becomes physically impossible. So, to deal with this, computer scientists basically group problems into two buckets: easy and hard. The easy ones, in class P, can be solved straight up, nice and efficiently. But the hard ones, in class NP, are a different beast. We can't find the perfect answer quickly. But, and this is the wild part, if someone gives you a possible answer, you can check if it's right almost instantly. It's navigating this world of incredibly hard problems where operations research is absolutely essential. Okay, so we've established this is a powerful field, it has a long history, but what on earth does it have to do with the biggest tech buzzword today, artificial intelligence? Well, as it turns out, everything. I mean, just look at the definition of AI. It's all about taking optimal decisions to achieve goals. Does that sound familiar? It should.
That's the exact same mission statement as operations research. The math that was used to schedule airline fleets back in the 60s is the direct ancestor of the math that's recommending what movie you should watch tonight. They are two sides of the very same coin.
You know, modern machine learning comes in a few different flavors. You've got learning from labeled examples, kind of like digital flashcards. There's finding hidden patterns on its own, where you just give it a ton of data. And then there's learning from trial and error with rewards and punishments. But no matter which way you slice it, underneath all of them is a search for the best way to do something, which is an optimization problem. And that is the final, crucial connection. When we talk about training a machine learning model, what we're really saying is that we're solving a massive optimization problem. Finding the perfect way to tell good data from bad data uses the exact same mathematical tools that were pioneered by operations research decades ago. So, from a simple carpenter trying to make a profit, all the way to the most advanced AI on the planet, the science of making better decisions is absolutely everywhere. It's the toolkit that helps us cut through complexity and find the best path forward. Which really just leaves us with one final thought. As these tools get more and more powerful every day, what currently impossible problem are we going to solve next?